I'm Javon Vickery, and this is the Hgp Sportscast. Cleveland Ford took the win at the second leg of the South American 10K race Sunday, with Winston Missiger closely trailing to the finish line. Colwyn Abrams reports.
The race began Sunday afternoon on Carfesta Avenue. Cleveland Ford continued his magnificent performance in this leg of the race after just returning from Suriname, where he also finished in first place. Ford closed the race in a time of 34 minutes, 0.7 seconds to take the top honors and the top prize of $1,000. Followed by his longtime rival, Winston Missiger. Third place went to Cleveland Ford. Fourth place, Jonathan Fagundes, and rounding off the top five, Ricky Williams. In the female category, Grenadian Kenisha Pascal closed the race in first position, followed by Shiana Tyrell, Kezra Murray third, Aliyah Moore fourth, and Tia Azor fifth. At the end of the race, Ford was whisked away for medical attention. However, Missiger said Ford ran a smart race.
No, I probably run a good race, but I know it will come down to this. It's either two-way. It's either you go from way out to beat me, or if you don't go from way out, I would have beat him. But I know it will come down to this, so it's not that I even didn't know it would have come down to this. I know it just the race would have finished just like that. You have to run a smart race and a brilliant race to beat me today.
The female first place winner said she had an excellent race.
It wasn't bad. It's nothing surprising to me. The course was fine. The weather was fine. The only thing I had complication with is a personal problem that arose this morning. Other than that, it was okay.
The remaining results of the race will be broadcasted later. Colwyn Abrams, Hgp Sports.
Thank you, Colwyn. The Ghana Football Federation and the Ghana Beverages Inc. Saturday last kicked off their national grassroots football program, which aims at developing youth football players at an early stage. Colwyn Abrams reports.
The free weekly sessions will be held every Saturday in all 9 regional member associations. These are Georgetown, East Bank Essequibo, East Coast Demerara, West Coast Demerara, Berbice, Bartica, Upper Demerara, Rupinini, and Essequibo, Pomeroon. Children will be given the opportunity to learn the game from professional coaches and players, all coming out of the GFF. The beverage company will provide refreshments. The Early Years program is a pillar of the GFF's football development strategy, as the organization builds a sustainable foundation to establish football as the nation's #1 sport, to increase the available pool of talent, and to teach young players the basic skills they need to excel at the game. The GFF president is urging parents to take their children out to the weekly sessions, since this is a way of transforming the sport as we know it countrywide. He further said that the Federation is proud to have partnered with the Ghana Beverages Inc., and with this kind of corporate support, football can develop tremendously in Guyana. The grassroots football program provides age-appropriate sessions for children 5 to 12 years old in a safe and fun environment with trained GFF coach educators. Grassroots is a common term used in football for early years participation, with a special focus on having fun and learning basic techniques with small-sided games. At the opening in Georgetown, boys and girls were put through their paces by men's national team player and Georgetown Technical Development Officer Verlin Mills, national goalkeeper coach Ian De Vera, and women's national team player Lakeisha Pearson. Colwyn Abrams, Hgp Sports.
Defending champions West Rheinveld Primary will face St. Pius Primary for the 7th Courts Pee Wee Under-11 football tournament next Saturday, after both teams trounced Tugville and Mucka in their semis at the Ministry of Education ground Carifesta Avenue. Stanford Howard reports.
After several weeks of under-11 football competition, during which the youngsters grew from strength to strength at the craft of football, it all came down to the top 4 teams in last Saturday's semi-finals at the Ministry of Education ground, Carifesta Avenue. First semi-final match of the day was between St. Pius and Tugville. Both teams had a wonderful time throughout the tournament and were trying to register their first tournament final. The game was so evenly matched that the first half ended in a stalemate, as both sides failed to register any goal. In the second half of the match, which seemed to have been heading into a penalty shootout, didn't. The match changed course when Jamal Fraser, in the closing minutes of full-time, sneaked one in at the back of Tugville net and secured their final spot. The second semi-final was between defending champion West Ruimveldt and Mucka Primary. Jaheim Lewis of Mucka in the 4th minute gave his side the lead as they fought off attempts by West Ruimveldt to score in that half. In the second half, the defending champions picked themselves up from the 1 goal down to make a remarkable comeback when Mark Phillips in the 32nd minute leveled the score, and Jonathan Andrews in the 42nd provided the goal to seal the win and a spot in the finals to defend their title. Reporting for the Hgp Sport, I am Stanford Howard.
And finally, India bagged the first T20 match on Sunday as the batting of defending World T20 champions crumbled. Here's that story.
With just one win under their belt since the West Indies started their tour of India, Rohit Sharma won the toss and elected to have a go with the ball. The Windies' top 3 batsmen fell within the power play with 28 runs on the board. Those were the wickets of Ramdin 2, Hope 14 and Hetty 10. As the rest of the batting failed to register any significant score except for new addition to the West Indies side Fabian Allen, who played 27 runs from 20 balls, as the Windies amassed a score of 109 for 8 of their 20 overs. India's response was effortless, but Windies didn't give up the fight. Some clever bowling by the Windies pair of O'Shane Thomas and skipper Carlos Brathwaite, who picked up 2 wickets apiece, as India got over the line with 13 balls to spare. West Indies will battle India in the next T20 on Tuesday, the 6th of November, at 9:30 a.m. local time. Reporting for the Hgp Sport, I am Stanford Howard.
And that has brought us to the end of the Hgp Sportscast. As always, I'm Javon Vickery saying do have a pleasant rest of your evening. Goodbye.